I'm just kidding. I'll make sure it's here.
Okay, first, before I teach you how to make your horse bow, I want to tell you a little bit about Soleil here. This is Soleil. He is an 11-year-old, and he is an Arabian horse. Arabs, which is short for Arabian, it evolved in the ancient deserts of the Middle East and are the oldest known breed of riding horse. Arabs are known for their unbelievable energy, intelligence, and gentle disposition, and how they are one of the most popular breeds in America. Although other breeds of horses can bow just as well, but because of the high intelligence of Arabians, it is easier to teach them, and they seem to learn quicker. When you're first teaching your horse how to bow, you should use a treat. Personally, I found that using a long carrot to be the best, because then as the horse actually bows, you're not in the way of the front feet, or you're not under their belly. When you are teaching your horse how to bow, you start with small steps. The first step is deciding what your cue is going to be. My cue is to tap the back of Soleil's leg. So I tap right here to make him bow. And this cue will be used every time before you start the rest of the steps, because eventually your horse will be able to bow on command. The second step is to lift up one of your horse's front legs so they start to reach their head between their legs. I'll demonstrate that right now. So I pick up his front leg like this, then I'll take the carrot, get his attention, and make him try to, and then I give him some of the carrot. And that's how you start to get them to learn how to bow, is that first step. And so they need to be able to reach between their legs before you give them the treat. Make sure to encourage them when they put their head between their legs, like I did. I gave them a little bit of the carrot. Once they get the hang of that step, the third step is to actually start to make your horse reach his head further and further between their legs until they have to get down on one knee to be able to reach the treat. This step took me just a few days to teach Soleil, but it could take anywhere from several weeks to months, just depending on your horse. And eventually, with a lot of practice, using your cue will make them, to make them bow. You should be able to do it without a treat, without you having to help them. Okay, and so once they know how to bow, they'll be able to bow without you having to lift their front leg up. And they should be able to do it on command. There are many different ways to teach them how to bow. Teaching your horse to bow is a fun activity to do when it's too cold or too hot to ride. And it's a good way to strengthen your bond with your horse. Teaching your horse tricks also is good if you have a breed like an Arabian and they need to stay busy and you need to keep them actively engaged in what you're doing and learning something.
Salespeople